Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your man Kblendzz back again with another barber tutorial today. Today we're doing a full service with a slight enhancement, shampoo, and a bonus black mask. Let's get to it. But first, today we'll start with a rough cut and show you the proper order to do these service. Start in with my first guideline with my Kblendzz patty cuts trimmer, and then I'm going right in and debulking with my Wall Senior. One clipper closed, just knocking that down and getting it prepped for the haircut and the fade. Just debulking. Now I'm coming in with my 100th edition walls, open clipper, starting my second guideline. About halfway down from the parietal area. We still want to leave that dark so we can leave his waves popping. I'm come down and knock out my first guideline with a closed clipper. Start my transition from light to dark. I'm just trying to get that consistency all the way around the head. Got my walls again. One guard, clipper closed. Go in and start my third guideline all the way up to the parietal area. Shout out to Belmont Electric Chairs. Hey, tap in with your mans. Nothing but the top of the line with Kblendzz. Kblendzz.booksy.com. Tap in. Kblendzz.booksy.com. Tap in. Here we go. One clipper closed, one guard on with the Wall Senior. Like to leave the hair a little longer with those. They cut a little longer for the debulking. Keep it dark. So I got that transition from light to dark. And just under the parietal area on that before we open the clipper up and really tie that side into the top. Now we're on his left side, just doing the same thing. Just really working that hair, trying to get control of it, trying to make it do what we want it to do. This is to be a rough cut. Like I say, we're doing it in a different order. That's more efficient. And for more comfortability for the client as well. Now we open clipper. Just going to tie that into the top now. Open clipper with the one guard on. Now we're going in with an open clipper senior. It's like a 1/16 or your little gray guard. And we're going in knocking out that second guideline just to get that smooth transition from light to dark. And then we'll do a little finessing as well, which is splitting those hairs, getting that consistency throughout the haircut. And just love doing this. I mean, if it's not a passion for you, you might want to try something else, but it's a passion for me, so I don't never really feel like hair cutting is work. It's an art. There's no real right way or wrong ways to do things. There are procedures that could help you be more efficient, but other than that, I mean, let's just do what makes you feel good. Do what's comfortable for you to give you the best look or the best results in your haircuts. Like I say, for beginners, it's going to be quality over quantity. And then once you master your techniques and your systems, then you can start shooting for quantity. But in the beginning, I would shoot for quality haircuts to keep them clients coming back knowing that they're going to get good work for their money. Open clipper, I like to use open clipper to tie and do all my finesse work. And just keeping my blends consistent from light to dark. Each panel, letting in about the same light to the scalp all the way around. Now I'm just freehanding, knocking down stragglers on the top, trying to get a smooth finish look before we jump into our shampoo. We'll do a rough line as well, basically a full rough haircut, and then a shampoo, conditioner, black mask, all at the same time. And when you're freehanding, I suggest you breathe correctly. I like to hold my breath, take like a half breath in, go over the hair, and then exhale when I come off the head. Here's a really good example of the finessing technique that I like to use, or the splicing technique, as I refer to it a lot in my videos. She's giving you a really good shot at how to use that technique for yourself. Shout out to Ayla Esperanza for these dope video shots. Tap in with her. I mean, once you master this technique, I'm telling you, your fades are going to go to the next level, and you can go ahead and start upping your prices. Now we're going to just do our lineup. Start with our first sidebar, using the back of the eye as our guide. That way we don't have to think, we don't have to look at the hair. We just know our guide is the back of the eye. And we're just going with that because that fits usually everyone's unique facial features. I mean, their eyes are set how they are, so you can just go off of that. That's how they was made by their parents, so that's how they gonna look. We can change their look somewhat, but we're trying to enhance them and make them look better, not worse. And his hairline is rather light, so we're having to use the highest parts to get it as crispy as possible. Because if we just try to go as natural as possible, it's going to be blotchy. And then even if we use enhancements, they're going to wash out and his hairline will look blotchy. So we just want to give him a nice crispy line that's going to last about 2 weeks. And he can just come back in and get it done again. Same thing on his right side, right behind the eye. As our guide, 45-degree angle sidebar to make the forehead not look as wide. I know a lot of y'all like to drop them straight down. Y'all spreading out these people's foreheads. That's all I'm saying. Y'all making their forehead look bigger. And that's on you. Now we found our guide, which was the highest or the thinnest part of his line. We just use that and go off of that, or the strongest part of his line, I would say, not the thinnest. It'd be the strongest part of his line. We'll use that as our guide and just go off of that around his head. He has what I would like to say a smiley face hairline, where the corners are going to be parallel to the center or go just a little bit up. And just getting him nice and tight and right. As you see, the hairline's coming to full fruition, looking crispy, looking nice, looking natural, really. I use my little scrape technique just to try to make the line consistent from the left side to the right side and the right side to the left side. I don't want it to look really weak in any area or lighter than any other area. I want it kind of strong all the way around his head. And then if you want to use enhancements, I'm not against enhancements to raise my pay grade. I'm open to whatever. I suggest you older barbers open y'all's minds to what these youngsters want. They are the future of your clientele base, and you got to give the people what they want. Just charge them for it. But I do always say, when you use enhancements, that's exactly what they are, is enhancements. Don't be trying to make a cut out of them. Just use them. Use them to enhance the cut that you already did, that you feel is going to last, and that's your best work. So that even when they go shower and that hairspray comes off, or that black spray enhancement comes off, their hairline is still nice and strong and crispy. Now we start on the beard trim. Just getting him nice, clean. I said this is a full service haircut today. Sometimes the clients like to talk when you're on their beard. I don't know why they like to wait to talk to when you're on your mustache and beard and got nothing to say through the whole haircut. Get on the beard and they want to talk. But that's where you, as a barber, you control that. You just try to talk to them less. Now we're just debulking, knocking off some of the weight of his mustache and his handlebars of his goatee. And haircut, beard, all that's coming nice, coming together real nicely. He wanted to keep his sideburns, so I turned them into icicles, and now we're just going through the cut and finessing, doing detail. Now we're going to apply our black mask facial before the shampoo. This is the order. This is what I'm talking about, the proper order. You put the black mask on. It has to dry. It takes a certain amount of time to dry before you can even peel it off. So you might as well apply it and let it dry while you're doing another service. That way you're being more efficient, multitasking. So as we put the blast mask on, we spread it. We're going to go ahead and do our shampoo. Like I said, this is the proper way to do the shampoo. You already got a haircut. Now he's going to feel nice, fresh, and clean after this because the haircut's done pretty much. We'll go back in, do a little detail work on the haircut, but pretty much it's done. So that way we won't be putting a lot of hair back on him. Just doing 2 shampoos. The first is a rough, thorough shampoo, deep. Scraping that scalp, getting all that excess out of there. Then we'll do a cleansing shampoo just to rinse any excess from what we missed. Then we'll do a conditioner. Let that set for about a minute. Really work it in and saturate the scalp and hair follicles and really rinse thoroughly to get that off the scalp so you can get the best results you can. Yeah. Now I'm just in my bag. My client's loving the service. He paid me, I believe, $150 for this service. So, it's on you. Tap in. Now we'll use the blow dryer. The blow drying also help drying the mask as well. That's what I mean, multitasking, knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. Do our little finishing touches, a free hand, like I said, take a half breath in here, and then as you come off the head, exhale. The breathing technique can keep your hand more steady. It's kind of like when you, I don't know if you guys went to the shooting range, they'll tell you about that breathing. Help you hit your target. Come on. Now we're just crispying up that line, trying to make it perfect while the black mass is still drying. And he doesn't have a lot of hair on him. He doesn't feel all hairy. He feels fresh. And when we do the mask, once we peel the mask off and we do the steam towels, he's going to feel even fresher. And then when he leaves, he's going to feel the best he can feel. We peel the mask off slow, causing our client no discomfort or as least amount as possible because it's still got to get it off. It does stick. Just take your time. Don't worry about the excess. We're going to use the steam towel with a little alcohol stringer to take that excess right off and give him a cool, fresh feeling. Or a fresh, clean feeling, because it is a steam towel. It won't be cool. The last towel will be cool. And just keep rotating them in the steam, not letting one side get too much steam than the other. Try to keep it equal. Second steam towel, hot towel with stringent. At this point, your client should be ready to almost fall asleep. If they ain't asleep already, they're going to be almost going. And then always communicate with your client when you're going to give them the cool towel. You don't want to send them in a state of shock. Let them know. Communicate, hey, this will be a little cold. That way they can get their mind wrapped around what's finna happen to them. This is one of my clients, he always says I spoil him. He says he do all this wax thingy and black mask thingy and towel thingy and steamer thingy. He be cracking me up. Love him to death. $150 service right here. Tap in with your man. Set him up, drape him back up, and prep up for any detail work that we want to do to the cut. Then we'll put the mousse on at the end. I see a lot of you guys put the mousse on in the beginning. Put the mousse on at the end after the shampoo. It's a finishing touch, not a beginning touch. It's a styling gel for the end, not the beginning. I'll lay that down and then make his waves pop. Go ahead and work it in slowly. You can use your blow dryer from cool to hot. You know, the hotter you have it, you should have it further away from his head. And when it's cool, you can have it closer to his head. We'll do our little bit enhancement. Our enhancer, like I said, we're definitely not against that. We try to do it as light as possible so that the haircut still holds after a shower. And just doing our finishing touches before we prep for the razor work and get him out of there. As y'all can see, the fade is fresh. He's fresh, skin together, ready to go out and get whatever and do and conquer whatever he got on his mind. A haircut can change the world for somebody. Believe me, that's the reward I get out of this. It ain't so much the money as it is changing somebody's life and making them confident enough to go after their dreams and have a purpose in this life. That's the true reward for me. Stretch the skin on the razor work, slicing and dicing. Let the razor do the work, light pressure. I laid him back so I can get him extra crispy. I say it's a $150 service. I want to give him his money's worth. Same thing with my breathing that I did over the head when I was grazing it. I do the same thing with my razor. As I'm on his head with the razor, I'm taking a half breath and holding it in. And then when I stop using my razor, I exhale. Now we're doing the beard, just getting the tight lines, getting it tight and right, as you can see. A little more detail work on the finishing touches, and he's just about ready to go. Check the haircut out. Finishing touches, and like I like to say at the end of all my videos, when it comes to the alcohol, y'all know, when it comes to the alcohol, it's don't spray it on them, mist it, and let it fall on them. Yeah. Been real, YouTube. We hit him with a little oil sheen, and he's out of there. It's been real, YouTube. Peace and one love.